Hey everyone, it's Casey here, and I am here to help you map out your school year and also give you a free syllabus and calendar template to help you do just that. So, I don't know about you, but I love summer, but I also have one of those brains that just keeps on ticking even when that last bell rings. So, one way that I have used to help ease my back to school anxiety is to try to get my school year mapped out at the end of the previous school year. And ever since I've started doing this, it has really helped me just be able to know the vision of what my year is going to look like for the following year and be able to really focus in and have a better summer. So I am going to walk you through that process today. I'm going to just start at the top, and the very first thing is in the blog post there is a link that says click here, and it'll ask you to make a force link copy of this Google Calendar that you see. My brain just really likes the look of this calendar. So what I did is I just printed out important dates for my school year and I just inputted those dates into each month. So things to think about as you're thinking about what's going to impact your instruction are there field trips you always go on certain dates? Are there universal screeners that you do at different times of the year? When is your state testing? And you're just putting that in for each month so that you know when those interruptions to classroom instruction are going to be when you're mapping out your school year. So that is the first step, getting that calendar all ready to go. Then the next step is going to be to decide the order of your instructional units. So what I do when I'm mapping this out is I usually select 6 reading units and 4 writing units. And I do that because I have 75-minute class periods 5 days a week, and I am responsible for teaching reading and writing to students. So that is about how much time I have in order to do that. But I also have a link in the blog post where it says down here to click on this document, and it lays out all different scenarios. So maybe you only teach reading, or you only teach writing and language, or maybe you have a lot less time than 75 minutes, or a lot more time than 75 minutes. So that document really lays out a ton of different scenarios that would fit you. But for me, I have time for 6 reading units and 4 writing units. So I like to map those out and think of the order that's going to make the most sense for students and make the most sense for me as I'm teaching them, and just get those listed out. So that is the next step. If you are not familiar with my reading and writing units, I do have currently 6 middle school reading units available and 10 middle school writing units available in a variety of genres. So that is there as well, linked into the blog post. So now you have your calendar, you have your list of units in the order that you're going to do them. So then the next step is going to be to put those two together and actually input the dates that you plan to do each unit. So I never have done this until like 2 or 3 school years ago. But once I started doing it, one of my colleagues is really big into mapping out the dates. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't really know why I would do that. But after doing it for a couple of years, it really does give a good peace of mind. So you know how you're going to fit everything in, when you're going to fit everything in. The other thing I really like about it is that I know that my reading units last approximately 20 school days and writing units approximately 15. So I can go in and I can see, okay, this unit is taking this many days. That falls right before Christmas break. So I'm going to want to end the unit by Christmas break so we can have a fresh start after Christmas break. And if you take the time to intentionally map that out, it really makes a big difference in how the school year flows. Nothing should really be a surprise of when you want to start or stop, or like the interruption of state testing. Like you've planned for that. You know what you're going to do with that. In 8th grade, which is the grade level I'm teaching next year, they have state testing for like an entire week because they test 8th graders on everything in Wisconsin. So I even decided prior to that to take about a week where we are focused on independent reading and we are in the middle of units, so we're not being interrupted and cut off. So that is that next step of just putting in the actual start and stop dates so you can visualize exactly how your year is going to sequence out. If you click into this blog post where it says free ELA syllabus template and you make that force link copy, you are going to come up with a syllabus that looks like this. So there will be a place where you can put in your contact information, where you can input your units and your start and stop dates. The other things that I recommend putting into a syllabus would be a list of the books that you are going to use during the reading units. That's been a common question that I've received from parents and students the last couple of years. So I like to just put that right into my syllabus, which is available on my Google Classroom that anybody can access. So I would put our interactive read alouds and our small group book titles right on there and link that in. The other piece that I put in the syllabus are our daily routines. So whether we're in a reading unit or a writing unit, what those instructional contexts are that we follow every day, a few classroom expectations that students are expected to follow. We do a reading challenge, so just outlining like what that reading challenge is about and the importance of independent reading. That's really been a focus last year and will continue to be this year. It was really neat last year to see students get more into their independent reading. So we'll continue to focus on that. And then the last part of the syllabus is information about how we grade. So we use standards-based grading at my school. So I'm including information about what does a 3210 mean? What are our priority standards for reading, writing, speaking, and listening and language? So those are all listed right on the syllabus as well. If you have any questions about standards-based grading, on just a side note, I did link in a YouTube video where I lay out exactly how standards-based grading works from how I set it up. So that's linked into the blog post as well. So if this appealed to you in any way and you're thinking like, wow, it would be really nice to get my school year mapped out and know the vision of my school year, know when my units are going to start and stop, make sure that you head over and grab that template for the Google Calendar that you can make, and then also the ELA syllabus that you can make. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Make sure you just leave a comment here, send me an email, whatever works best for you. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope that you have a great summer and maybe this activity can make it even greater because your mind will be eased a little bit. Thank you.